ABC Machine.
Yes, Mr. Fisher available.
Speaking.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Good.
This.
Good. This is Greg Chapels over at Brown & Brown.
Oh, hey, Greg. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing well. It's been a few weeks. How's everything going?
Good. Yeah. Everything. It's good to hear from you. Everything's going well. Business as usual.
Good. That's good.
What's new with you?
Oh, not much. We're just working hard over here for you. Trying to get something put together.
That's what I like to hear.
That's it. Yeah. So I just wanted, if you have half an hour or so, is that all right?
Yeah. No problem. You caught me at a good time. So.
Ah, perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Good. Well, as you know, when we talked in our first meeting, we took a look at your policy. We really dug into it, and I just had a few follow-up questions I wanted to run by you today and just get a little bit more information to prepare for you.
Yeah, no problem. I'll try my best. I hope I have all the answers.
I'm sure you do. You always do, right?
I'd like to think so.
The boss always has the answers.
That's right. You're right. Yep.
That's it. Okay. Well, a couple of things I just wanted to go over. It shouldn't take too long. It's just the experience mod.
Okay.
I know you're running about a 1.2, and our whole process trying to get that down. I just wanted to ask a few questions about that, and then once we get through that, just a few loss prevention questions, if that'd be all right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good. So I know you had a few claims in the past and everything like that, and not necessarily your fault. You had some high turnover and things like that. But how do you think your employees view your workers' comp?
Greg, I think they look at it as sort of a safety net. Whereas if they would happen to get hurt on the job, that they know in the back of their minds that they have that work comp there to pay for anything that may go wrong. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but I think that's how they view it.
Okay. And most of these employees, I mean, are they? I know you mentioned in our first meeting that you have had some turnover.
Right.
The claims that you're seeing, are they coming from some of the newer guys, or are these the guys that have been around a while?
I'm not actually sure. I don't think it is. I think it's spread out. It's not necessarily the newer guys or the longer experienced guys. It's a mixture of both.
Okay. And I mean, when you do bring on some of the newer guys, and even for the guys that have been there for a while, I mean, what kind of training are you guys doing now currently? Is that something that there's a big focus on, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Being a machine shop, not as many people are interested in being machinists. So a good machinist is hard to come by. And typically, if we can pick up an experienced guy, there's not as much training. But for some of the newer younger guys, obviously we also, I think I told you, we have a co-op program with the local college down the street. So we try to get some of the less, the newer younger guys from there, and then we do have a training type program built in. With some of the newer guys, they stand or work with some of the more experienced guys, and they sort of, show them how things are done and explain certain things to them. So, with regards to training in that sense, that's how it's done. And as far as safety measures, we really try to, as I said in the past, we've had problems with our mod. And I know we've gotten it down to a 1.2, but in the past it's been a little higher than that. And we're really trying to drive that down because we feel like we're losing out on a lot of extra cash just through paying out claims and obviously if we can lower that mod, I think it would be better in the long term.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you at least you have a good sense of what's going on, and you have any idea what's driving that mod? I mean, where these claims are coming from? I think it's just this is a pretty high hazard, machining these big machines, and the machine shop atmosphere, just in general is high hazard. But I just think people get careless. I just think people, these guys, they're coming in day after day doing the same thing, and they don't really think all the time about safety isn't always at the top of their priority list, which we're trying to make it be. But they just come in here and day after day just keep doing the same thing. And I just think sometimes they lose focus, or they just get careless. So
right. Okay. Do you guys have a safety committee in place now?
We do. Yep, we do. We've had one in place for a while.
Okay.
And that's one thing that was stressed to us in the past, to get that, because I know we get the 5%.
Mm-hmm.
We get the 5% credit for that. So.
Right. Okay. And as far as new hires, I mean, are you doing, or even the people that you have now, are you doing kind of any background tests or drug testing or anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We do a drug test, pre-hire drug test, and then if there's any sort of loss or incident that happens, we do a drug test after that, just to make sure that no one was under the influence when the injury occurred. And we, especially with some of the younger guys, we make all new employees drug tests. So.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
And we do background checks as well. We criminal background checks. So.
Okay. All right. I mean, I know we talked about you are at a 1.2, and you said it was a little bit higher before that.
Right.
And you guys have been doing a good job of getting that down. Where would you like to be? I mean, where would you guys? I know low as possible, obviously.
Right.
But I mean, where do you think is realistic in the next 5-10 years? I mean, where would you really like to be? What's the goal?
What's the lowest possible number? Do you know?
I mean,
can I get to a 0? Is that possible?
Unfortunately, no. That's not possible.
Oh, okay.
I mean, hey, if there was a way, I'd get you there.
What's the lowest mod you've ever seen?
Lowest mod, I mean, we do run a lot of manufacturers, and some of the lowest guys we have are in like 0.8, 0.85, right in there. But
yeah.
we have guys up in the 2, so I mean you're right there too. But we'd like to get you down to that lower number for you, and hopefully save you some money.
Right. I mean, that's ultimately as low as possible, and yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
That sounds good. I think it all starts. We're really just trying to change the culture. Just really make it a point to stress, safety in the workplace. So, and I think that starts with us here at the top, and we have to, the struggle is to try to convey that message to, people throughout the company.
Yeah, it's good. And so, in saying that, does your current broker does he come out and do any kind of loss control stuff for you?
Not that I can specifically think of. I know I've seen him. I'll attend some of the. We have our safety committee meetings every. It's like every month, I think it is, or every other month. But and I'll attend some of those occasionally, and I've seen him at 1 or 2, but
okay.
I'm not 100% sure if he participates or does anything at those, or really. I'm not really sure what else he does.
Okay. And when do you typically find out what your mod is for the next year?
Couple months before. It's an important thing to me. So I obviously keep track of that, and as soon as the new one comes out, I don't know whether it's 3 or 4 months, but as soon as it's released, I try to know what it is. So.
Okay. Good. Would you think it'd be helpful to know, any sooner than that, like possibly a year out, try to forecast for you?
Yeah.
That's something that would probably help you plan, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
No, I mean that's just something part of what we do. We can get into that down the road. I'm just kind of trying to find out exactly your situation now and how you do things.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's good. I don't want to take up too much more time on that for you. I'm just going to move into some of the loss prevention stuff that you guys have in place. I know you guys have you do a lot with safety and that kind of thing.
Right.
But when a claim does come up, I mean, what's your experience with that? What's your process for how to handle that?
Yeah, we typically we do an investigation of the claim and the accident, and we notify our carrier immediately.
Okay.
And then I believe they have their own investigation and
try to figure out what happened, what went wrong, and how we can fix it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If they need, if the employee needs additional training, retraining, or we try to stay on top of it and fix it so it doesn't happen again.
Okay. And do you guys have a certain person in place to handle the claims and go through the whole reporting process, or is it kind of just it comes up from wherever and you go from there?
Well, I'm the owner, and typically our HR guy is the main. He's the main contact for all that. So I just assume when something comes up, he hears about it, and then he
Okay.
takes care of it. So
Right. Good. Yeah, that's good. And these claims that you've experienced in the past, broadly, where do you see those coming from? Like, if you had to pick three main things that keep you up at night, what would concern you most?
Three main things that keep me up at night. I genuinely care about my employees, and the worst possible thing that I could imagine happening is that, like I said earlier, we do some heavy machinery here. We're involved with some heavy machinery, and just imagining a guy getting his arm or leg or finger or something caught in a machine and torn off, or something real bad, and God forbid maybe even dying. Hopefully it wouldn't be to that extent, but just that's the type of claim that would scare the shit out of me. So
Right. Yeah. The catastrophic things that
right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Okay.
I just hope we trying to keep them as safe as possible, and
Right. Yeah. That's our job too. That's what we're trying to do for you is make sure we can close those gaps, and if there is any, and try to make sure that you have the most peace of mind you have. So
Right.
That's good. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, this information's been real helpful.
Okay.
This definitely helps us out, and we'll go back to work for you, and we'll plan to meet up in 3 weeks.
Alrighty, yeah,
All right.
that sounds great. Yeah, if you need anything else, give me a call, Greg.
All right, Jeff. Sounds
All
good.
right,
I
take care.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Yep. We'll see you.